Hey there. The name's Johan. And if you call me Johan, I'm going to fuck you up. Have you ever heard of the hilarious sitcom known as Mike and Molly? Oh, you haven't? Okay, fuck you then. Now, I'm just joshing you. Drake and Josh, okay, so now that we're on the same page, maybe you'll understand my tale, and it ain't a tall one. No, not the one on my back, the story I'm about to tell. Are you that fucking stupid? I'm not the biggest fan of the Mike and Molly television program. I'm more of a Big Bang Theory or Bob Hart's Abishola kind of guy. Sorry, got sidetracked. Anyways, Mike and Molly is an Americano sitcom that takes place in the Chicago suburbs. It stars Billy Gardell and Melissa McCarthy, if you know her. It's about some fat ass cop and some overweight school teacher who fall in love after meeting at some fat people's anonymous meeting. It's kind of like 4chan, if you've ever been there. Clearly you have. Look at that fucking neck beard. So yeah, they fall in love and have sex and shit, whatever. Let me get to the point. I was working my usual night shift at the local McDonald's. We love to see you smiling, just chilling and watching the time go by, even though the Scientologist meeting told me not to stare at the clock because it makes time go slower. It was around 2:37 a.m. if I remember correctly. I was about to take my vape break when I heard a crash in the back room. And I don't mean a bandicoot. Me being the only employee there at the time, I was quite, shall we say, startled. After poking my head around the stoves and cardboard boxes full of lukewarm formed chicken patties, I noticed some things scattered across the floor. To my surprise, after a lengthy investigation, I noticed yeah, baby, a VHS tape on the floor. Shut the fuck up, okay? It really happened. Yes, an actual VHS tape was on the ground in the back room of my place of employment. Anyways, I examined the label on the front and it had some crudely drawn on label with Sharpie. It read M&M Lost. Now, me being a huge fan of Mars candy and Mars products because I'm woke as fuck, I assumed this was a lost commercial of my favorite titular candies. Tit. This is my lucky day, I thought out loud, disheveled. After picking up the tape, I realized it was 3:34 a.m. and my shift was just about over. So I wrapped up everything for the night and I took off. After arriving at my $576 a month apartment, I was a bit famished. I whipped up some Wolf brand chili and I popped the VHS tape into the VHS player. Kicked my black shoes off, propped up my legs on my lazy boy recliner, excited to see what treasures were held within. I only bought that recliner because of that commercial with the raccoons in it. Fucking raccoons. Fucking raccoons. You do that, you're a furry. Well, it was not treasure, and neither is that. It was the complete fucking opposite. The terror was worse than you could imagine. The screen faded in, and a disclaimer was in red on the screen. It said, Warning. This episode of the Fat People program, Mike and Molly, has been edited for quality assurance. This tape should not and will not be resold, redistributed, or recycled. We are watching you, Alfred. What a shitload of fuck. My name's not Alfred. I guess this is a lost episode of the famous sitcom Mike and Molly? Cool, I guess. Anyways, the episode began. We see a shot of the Chicago city skyline as police sirens are wailing. It was quite loud, actually. Good thing my neighbors were on vacation. Ha 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 ha. When you're unemployed, every day is vacation. In hell, actually, it's more of a purgatory. So the episode then faded into Molly Flynn's home, the one played by Melissa McCarthy, as you recall. Her house was in shambles. The lampshade was on the floor with several newspapers and trash everywhere. Flies were seen buzzing and flying all around the room as they are known to do. The camera was panning through this huge fucking horde of shit really slowly. It was taking forever. Then there was some rustling in her kitchen. The camera then faded in the kitchen. We even see Molly furiously cutting up newspapers, perhaps coupons because they're fucking poor. Okay, I was really confused actually. I mean, what the fuck is this? Fat people are too lazy to cut out coupons. So it wasn't like any other episode of Mike and Molly. Not that I've seen, at least. Where's the audience? Where are the other characters? What is going on? Raisin Bran. So then she starts to look up at the camera slowly. She has this sinister smile on her face. She then says this in an evil witch sounding tone. I'm looking for coupons. Looking for coupons? Okay, so do I. Everyone does, big fucking deal. But before I could add some witty commentary, she spoke again. Coupons for the all-you-can-eat buffet. I guess that means she sounded like Roseanne Barr doing that voice. She screamed. The audience was silent, but you could tell they were there. A few coughs here and there. It seemed like they were scared of her or something. She went back to cutting out the newspapers. Suddenly, her mother's boyfriend Vincent walked in. He's a typical Italian stereotype. You know, the Mamma Mia and Let's Go type of guy. He walked into the room covered in what looked to be like Thousand Island salad dressing. How you doing, Moll? What happened next, I couldn't believe. Molly threw her scissors right at Vince. They pierced his neck and he began to scream. Ah! Molly! It hurts! He yelped. I began to shudder. Why would she do this? Leave me alone, Vince! She screamed at him in that evil voice. She sounded like a hag, a fat hag. She's fat. Fucking big body negativity. Fat bitch. So yeah, Vince fell to the floor with a loud thump. Molly was panting, which was odd. Must have been exhausted from her obesity. Cut to a shot of Vince's lifeless body on the kitchen pile, a pool of blood surrounding him. I was really starting to get quite uncomfortable. I started eating my Wolf brand chili since I forgot I made it, and I almost burnt my tongue because it was so fucking hot. After that ordeal, the scene transitioned back outside to Mike and his black police officer partner, Carl. They looked like they were in a high-speed chase. Nah, 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 nah. The audience was laughing at them. I guess they should have been, but at them, not with them. Probably because of the hijinks they might be getting into. I don't know. It was stupid. Mike is the one in the passenger seat, and Carl is driving. Man, we almost got him, Carl said. The police siren wailed loudly. Mike was eating a large Philly cheesesteak sandwich in his car. I thought this was Chicago. His lips were smacking as the cheese was falling out of the sandwich and onto his uniform. He looked like a slob, so he fit right in with the rest of the characters. Yeah, yeah. Choo choo. Just let me finish my sandwich, will you? He said to Carl. Wait a minute. 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 Sandwich? Which? Oh my god. The government caused 9/11. Anyway, it was honestly quite disgusting. I shoveled some more chili into my mouth and continued watching the tape. So what? So what if I got it on my shirt? Big deal. Car looked like it was picking up speed, and the camera shifted to a view outside of the police car. You probably have to be on speed to like watching this. There was a nail sticking upwards in the road. I was hoping they'd avoid it, but okay. So I know you're not going to believe me. I know you're not going to believe it. You're not going to believe me, but Crash Bandicoots crashed the car. Carl Carl flew out of the window screaming, but I didn't see any sign of Mike. Carl landing headfirst on Chicago City cement. Well, I was in shock. I was shaken. I was terrified, frizzled, and unkempt. This is really some sick shit now. What kind of kicks are they getting out of this? Not pumped up ones. I mean, really. The camera pans quickly to show Mike emerging from the vehicle laughing. As he laughs, so does the audience, and cheese and meat falls out of his mouth. I thought I was going to hurl. Did he plan for this to happen? Did he plan on attacking his own partner? I don't know. Why the fuck are you asking me? I work at McDonald's. Think I know this shit? Anyway, the show continued. We go to Molly again, still at it with her newspapers. Mike comes into the home, still in his police uniform. Hey, Molly, I'm home. Make me some fucking dinner, why don't you? He bellowed fatly. Of course, sweetie. Then we will go to the buffet. Oh, come the fuck on. He squealed with excitement. What the fuck was this? I was seriously reconsidering even picking up this tape. They looked at each other for a while, smiling through their fat chins, more chins than a Chinese phone book, for about 15 seconds or so. It's honestly pretty fucking creepy. All you could hear is the sound of someone eating in the background. I don't know. I don't watch ASMR shit. ASMR. Mike spoke again. You know, Wall, I don't think this buffet isn't going to cut it. I might need something more. He then approached her. Oh, God. Were they seriously going to have sex? Oh, oh no, not fat people sex. I was going to turn off this shit. That was not my fetish. And watch again later in secret, to be honest with you. Whatever, I give up. When Molly spoke again. Yes, Mikey. What do you desire? You. I want to eat you, Mike said. Oh no. Starvor. I was shocked at what I was hearing. Mike wanted to eat her? Now, I'm not caught up on this fancy new lingo those kids are saying these days, but I'm pretty sure this was some sexual connotation. Mike approached Molly and he opened his mouth inhumanely wide, like really wide. It was actually pretty terrifying as his jaw escaped open. From his open mouth, a deep voice echoed, Jump on in, Molly Flynn. Jump on in, Molly Flynn. All right, I had enough of this shit. I pulled the plug out of my Scooby Doo themed VCR and threw it out the window. Defenestrate. Did that really just happen? I called up the CBS broadcast station to get some answers. I did a Bing search real quick and found their offices. A few rings later, Chicago City PD, what is the emergency? I nearly shit myself. Chicago City PD? This experience gave me PTSD. I hung up immediately. I didn't know what to do, so I figured maybe I'd just watch the news to calm down. The reporter was talking about some Valentine's Day celebration at the local park. He said, Yes, friends, today we are here in Jetson Park. Go figure. And as you can see, we have a lot of lovers out here today. Yes, I can certainly say that I see love. I looked deep into my television. I could see it too. I see it now. I see love. I see colors. I see vibrations in the air. For the first time in my life, I see love. I see colors. I see vibrations in the air. There was a knock at my door. Chicago PD, open up, please. The voice sounded oddly familiar.